Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Guess who's back? Tony Valentino, the Black Swan is Harris. So buckle up, guys. He posted this yesterday at 6:51 p.m. It is certainly a possibility. Harris odds rise on Polymarket as election fraud allegations ramp up Trump hedge bets. So, people are, betting on this election. And at current prices, a $10,000 punt on Harris could equal a $25,000 payout if she wins the U.S. presidential election. So in the past, the odds were in favor for Donald Trump. But now that has shifted a little bit here. On Polymarket, Kamala Harris odds of winning the U.S. presidential election have increased from 33% on October the 30th to nearly 39%. Donald Trump's have dropped to 61%. The increase in Harris odds might be due to traders hedging their bets, with traders above $10,000 suggesting both large bets on Harris and strategic trading to protect against a Trump loss. So what they're suggesting here is maybe we're seeing this as, just a strategic play. Some market watchers attributed Friday's crypto market slide to Trump's slump. On Polymarket, the CoinDesk 20 index has dropped 4.4% in the last 24 hours. However, Trump's odds are still higher than Kamala Harris. And, what they say, generally speaking, is forget all the polls. I know a lot of politicians don't like to look at polls to begin with. If you want to get a good sense of, where polls are going, the real polls, you always look at betting markets, because if people are going to be putting money on it, they definitely have more on the line there. The stakes are higher. Polymarket is fundamentally a betting market where users can buy shares in an outcome of any prediction, winning $1 per share if the outcome occurs. If a yes share for an event costs 60 cents, the market interprets this as 60% chance of the event occurring. And the odds are dynamically changing with each trade, guys. Polymarket works on a blockchain-based order book that lists all the buy, bid, and sell ask orders for shares in an outcome, similar to how any asset exchange works. So interesting that this is being it's being run on the blockchain. That is an interesting side note here. But that Trump's numbers have slumped, I don't know, guys. I mean, we know within the crypto space, he is very, very bullish. He did just post this yesterday afternoon. I would like to wish our great Bitcoiners a happy 16th anniversary of Satoshi's white paper. We will end Kamala's war on crypto, and Bitcoin will be made in the USA. Vote for Trump, Bitcoin, and he also hashtagged Free Ross Day 1. Wendy O commenting, thank you for supporting Bitcoin, crypto, retail Americans, and Ross. Eric Voorhees, though, being a little bit more skeptical, and he posted this meme here, it's kind of a meme, how it started and how it is going, essentially posting this tweet from Trump from 2019. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies which are not money and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity. And then I just read to you the most recent tweet. So a complete 180 clearly on policy from former President Donald Trump there. Obviously, he is vying to get your vote on Tuesday. When looking at the broader crypto market, as you guys can see here, I've got Bitcoin on the hourly, and Bitcoin has slumped a little bit. So yesterday we did see sellers take over, bears did take over a little bit, and now we're struggling a little bit to get back up to those higher highs past $70,000. Right now, as of the time of this recording, we're actually just on the precipice of that. So about $70,000, $77 per coin. Ali charts here, though, noticing this. Bitcoin ETFs just recorded inflows topping $520 million, the highest since their launch. So it's looking like traders, institutions, and probably retail alike took this opportunity to buy up some Bitcoin. Let's just see how low it did, in fact, go during this time period. So it did go down about 6.5%. Now it's down about 4.8% since that high that we recorded back on October the 29th. So that was pretty much matching the all-time high. We were bound to see a retracement, guys. This is par for the course here. But guys, check this out. So US Bitcoin spot ETF inflows. So that has increased, okay? We are seeing more money now being put into Bitcoin from what I'm presuming is, our institutional investors, but also probably retail investors as well. The masses, right? Those who are looking to get some exposure to cryptocurrency. We can see fear and greed is down a little bit. So we're technically back into neutral territory at 59. But guys, look at Bitcoin dominance. That has now gone up to 60%. So the money coming out of altcoins, but going into Bitcoin. And now we're in that dominant zone that I was talking about the other day, looking at this zone in and around here. So we just hit that 60%. level there. But guys, it's a range. As you can see here, back in 2021, we did see a lot of sloughing sideways here in this range back in 2021. So I don't know if we're going to see, well, Bitcoin has to still regain some more dominance now. It still has to get above all-time high. We haven't even seen that yet. So we're probably going to see, well, maybe something similar to this. It could even, in fact, go up higher and maybe hit, I don't know, one of these levels perhaps. Let's just take a horizontal line here, and some possibilities could go up to, I don't know, 67%, give or take. The high up here would be 72%. So I'm just looking at these zones here, isolating other levels that we could in fact see before we hit resistance and move to the downside. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. It is interesting to see, though, that it is mounting slowly. Altcoins are bleeding as a result. XRP is up by 0.17%, but Dogecoin, guys, has taken a bit of a hit, 6.12% down. Mostly red, though, for the altcoins. Another positive metric for Bitcoin, though, apparently $875 million has poured into BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust. So this one courtesy of Michael Branch here. Asset management giant BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust exchange-traded fund is setting a new daily inflow record. So that is likely a large part of what Ali Charts did notice here. In a recent interview with Bloomberg TV, Bloomberg ETF expert James Seifert says that the last 2 weeks or so have been unprecedented for ETFs centered around the top crypto asset by market cap. Here's what he said, guys. The last 13 days have been kind of extreme. 12 of the last 13 have been inflows, and the total inflow have been just shy of $5 billion. Some of this is momentum chasing, obviously, as price runs up. Some of this has to do with Trump's odds of victory. People think that a Donald Trump victory would be good for Bitcoin, as Donald Trump did recently just post this bullish tweet here, I think, for cryptocurrency. So that is positive news, right? All these things are kind of, tying together now. I don't know what's exactly causing it, but there's a lot of demand coming into these ETFs. In August, data from the London-based investment management firm Farsight Investors revealed that IBIT's previously high record in terms of inflows was $849 million. So these inflows now have certainly beaten that record. Bitcoin's ETFs, which grant investor exposure to Bitcoin without having them actually purchase it, were approved by the U.S. SEC earlier this year in January after a judge forced the regulator to reconsider its previous rejection of them. Bitcoin is currently trading at $70,600. Well, as of the time of this recording, we're actually, just over $70,000 per coin. Yeah, so, Bitcoin, guys, it's slowly climbing. I did show you guys the Bitcoin chart on the hourly, but if we look at it on the daily, you can see here, Bitcoin trend still very, very bullish here on the daily chart. So each candlestick represents one day. And even though we had a very bearish day yesterday, this day is starting to look like a reversal. So even if we end up in the negative today, my guess is that tomorrow we will see a green candlestick on that chart, just denoted by this long wick, short tail, small body, medium amount of trading volume if you look down here. But if it stays this way, it is still just the beginning of the day. But if it stays this way, chances are that's looking like a reversal candlestick, and we are going to see more bullish momentum to the upside tomorrow, probably, hopefully. Some other positive news, guys, from Eleanor Turret, Florida's chief financial officer, Jimmy Patronis. He did say that his state has around $800 million of crypto-related investments in its portfolio. Robart also posted regarding this. They have started luring in exit liquidity at $15,000. They were saying it's the end of crypto. Now they're hyping up the crowd to slowly dump on them without causing panic. So is this an attempt to get, retail into the FOMO market for this euphoria phase? When the little guy is excited, he's not thinking about crashes. He's thinking about pumps. Very, very astute observation there from Rob Art. And guys, here's the clip. Florida Chief's financial officer on Squawk Box. Listen to this.
Next guest is pushing to invest Florida state pension funds into crypto. Let's bring in Florida CFO Jimmy Patronis. And it's good to see you again. It's been a while, Mr. Patronis.
Great to be with you, Joe.
This, I guess, is in response to some, comments from former President Trump regarding a U.S. strategic crypto reserve, which, interestingly, would follow something that we've seen in Wisconsin and Michigan. And you sent a letter to the State Board of Administration, sort of pitching this idea. It's not something that I guess a lot of people think is, with the fiduciary responsibilities of state pensions, they don't maybe always think of crypto or Bitcoin in that respect. Why do you?
Well, crypto's not going anywhere. It's not going to contract. It's going to continue to be expanding. And I think we'd be a fool if we're not prepared to do everything we can to harness the opportunities there. Yes, I'm a fiduciary over the state's pension funds, and I need to make sure that the legislature is armed with all the tools and resources. So I put it to our SBA investment team. Let's get all the tools on the dashboard. Let's look at everything that we can do to possibly leverage this opportunity. I'm very bullish on Florida. You can probably figure that out by now. But as we had 400,000 new net Floridians come to Florida last year alone, our state's reserves are 4 times now higher than they were in 2020. So again, we're in a good place. I like to pay down debt. I see there's an opportunity that's very bright with Florida's future, but we need to be prepared for what crypto can bring to our investment portfolio.
Do you think China is trying to fool the rest of the world into thinking they're not interested in crypto? I mean, they've, in the past, they've said some negative things about Bitcoin. You think we need to stay ahead technologically, and that China, in fact, is making and is interested in making inroads into crypto?
No, look, if you're not paying attention to it, you're making a mistake. It is real. It's not going anywhere. I mean, again, like I said, I'm very bullish on Florida. We saw a surge of cryptocurrency interest and activity as we had 2020 in Miami. I think that at one point you're going to see Miami as the crypto capital of the world. But I'm going to continue to push forward to make sure that we're doing everything possible to take advantage of this. It's not emerging. It's here.
I'm going to leave it there, but I will link this clip in the description of the video if you want to watch the rest of it. Very bullish on Florida. He even said that he thinks Miami could be one day the crypto capital of the world. So that is bullish to hear. Back to Rob Art's comment, guys. The money is going to flow in, and it's going to be the plebes that get in. It's going to be the exit liquidity that we use to exit our cryptocurrency positions, because we were buying when nobody was interested. We were buying in and around here. And, now that we've seen the market rally, and we're going to continue to see this rally again, we're just butting up against all-time high right now. That exit liquidity, i.e. the retail FOMO, is what we're going to need to finally cash out for big profits. And for more information on what I'm doing this bull run, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Again, I'm going to be doing a live Q&A session for all my Patreon subscribers, the paid Patreon subscribers. That is going to be happening tomorrow, Saturday, November the 2nd at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys are interested, you want to pick my brain on something, it's going to be a live Q&A. And you can find all that at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. All the details will be there. We got some news from James K. Filan too, and Ashley Prosper did repost this. The appeal is dismissed effective January 15th, 2025. If the appeal is not filed by that date, I hope the SEC forgets to file it. James K. Filan did post this about 8 hours ago. The Second Circuit Court of Appeals has entered an order that the SEC's brief must be filed on or before January the 15th, 2025. So clock is counting down. It is still only November the 1st today. So, I guess we will see how long this takes. But, if the SEC does forget again this time, well, wouldn't that just be perfect? So a little update on that. Wanted to thank Ashley Prosper and James K. Filan, and of course, Rob Art, Eleanor Turret, Michael Branch, and everybody else who did participate in this. Now, guys, crypto market, I know it's not feeling it's not feeling as bullish as it was last week, let's call it. But guys, this is again small turnaround. We're going to see a lot of these pullbacks throughout the bull run. Remember what we did see even during euphoria back in this was a bad example because we did go down and then come back up. But even in the fourth quarter of 2020, coming up to get to new all-time highs, right? We were seeing retracements here and there, and then we saw some big retracements here, even here, right before that all-time high was hit, before a serious plunge to the downside. And then Bitcoin did technically make a new all-time high 4, 5, 6 months later. Ultimately, though, this market is going to explode in the coming months. This coming from Smoke here. Yes, the crypto market is set to explode in the coming months, confirmed by institutional investors. High net worth individuals and sophisticated wealth managers don't gamble in markets. They use on-chain indicators and premium data to make calculated decisions on the outlook of an asset class. The presenter below speaks on this while making it abundantly clear that crypto prices are set to take off very soon. Listen to this.
Yeah, the indicators that we follow on-chain and short-term sentiment indicators have been so bearish in the past couple of weeks. Now we had a little bit of a rebound, but I think the coming months this is gonna explode. And the beauty and the interesting fact about crypto is like you have to be prepared because most of the returns are done in only 6-7 months. So in a little have to be deployed. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
It's time in the market rather than timing the market, like with everything else.
So according to Roman Gonzalez here, he is saying it's going to happen over the next 7 or so months, and it's only going to be a short window, guys. Remember what happens with altcoins during the euphoria phase here. Let me bring up total 3 on the daily, and let me just get rid of some of that. What happens is altcoins really do tend to take off last and fast. 2017, 2018 was a very, very good example of that, where we did see the altcoins run throughout 2017, but really it was this portion of the bull run that got altcoins up and got everybody very, very rich. And if you look at that, that was only about 2 months, 65 days. If you look at the 2021 bull run, and you take a look at where altcoins really did take off, a lot of that occurred in about 130 days. So how many days is that? That's about, 4 months? 130 divided by 30 is roughly just over 4 months. So 4.3 months, right? It took for altcoins. And you remember XRP did make that inter-year high in April. A lot of altcoins maximized performance at that point in time. So guys, we're not going to have a lot of time to cash out. The election, of course, is going to play a large role in this. Anders bringing this to our attention. Now, I mentioned this in a video I did just last week. Remember when I said this? Recent reports suggest that Harris is considering replacements for SEC Chair Gary Gensler. And I just wanted to go back to that Chris Larson comment that, it's the twilight period for Gary Gensler. Michael Branch bringing this to our attention. Recent reports have suggested that Kamala Harris is considering replacements for SEC Chair Gary Gensler. Check this out. Could it be true? As the 2024 elections approach, some analysts believe that Vice President Kamala Harris might consider a significant change in the SEC leadership as a strategic move. So, this begs the question, does Chris Larson know something we don't know? Recent reports suggest that Harris is considering replacements for Gary Gensler. Insiders told Unchained that 2 candidates have emerged: Chris Brummer, a professor at Georgetown Law, and Erica Williams, chair of the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board. So that was the video I posted on October the 24th, 2024. Now, something that I did not notice a week ago, 2 possible candidates here, guys. One potentially being Chris Brummer. For those of you guys who do not know, Chris Brummer is an American law professor at Georgetown University Law Center and author of Soft Law and Global Financial System, Rulemaking in the 21st Century, and Mini-Lateralism, How Trade Alliances, Soft Law, and Financial Engineering Are Redefining Economic Statecraft. So he wrote that book. He is allegedly another pick to replace Gary Gensler. But guys, you know what else he's done? Things could get very interesting after the U.S. elections for Ripple. Chris Brummer replacing Gary Gensler. So again, just pointing it out, Gary Gensler's replacement, possibly Chris Brummer. And guys, Chris Brummer actually attended Swell 2020, University Law Center. Check this out, Chris Brummer here listed in the syllabus from the University Law Center. So he does also have a connection to Ripple. I mean, I don't know if you guys were placing a bet. Who would you be placing your bet on, guys? Put it down in the comment section. I'd be interested to know. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.